Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to the Hardcore Metal Detecting Radio Show. I'm Derek Asklar, and Mr. Craig Talley's on the line tonight, be hosting up the show. And we're going to have open lines tonight. Our phone number is 352-504-4170. You guys want to call in with questions, comments, stories of your last hunt, or bring up any kind of topics you want to talk about. We'll get everything fired up here shortly. I guess, well, Ohio Relic Hunter's already up on chat tonight. Hello, Ohio. I'll be on there in a second. But been watching a lot of videos, Craig, and uh, man, I tell you what, it just seems like more and more guys are videoing now as far as metal detecting videos. I don't know how many go up every day, but it's it seems like about 20 or 30 go up a day, anyways, or throughout the day. There's always new videos on there to watch and from different parts of the country and world and this and that. I mean, it's probably one of the faster growing ones, I would think. I mean, I don't know. Are you? I know in all you were telling us it's like every minute there's 24 hours worth of video going up or something like that throughout YouTube.
Well, that used to be true. Now it's like something like 4 days every minute.
4 days every minute. Jeez.
Every minute, 24 hours a day. I mean, it's going up exponentially almost. This has been going on for years, but it's so easy to do it off your phone now. And,
True.
And even Instagram and all these things got a video format, Twitter, Facebook, everything, has it. And it's so easy to do. And you can just, a lot of it's a real short video, but, video content is king. It's like that's
right.
what is driving all these businesses and stuff. They're trying to monetize and, video content. If you got good video content, really sells. But it's, in the faster speed internets now, you can upload, HD resolution, even 4K.
Right.
So, the pictures look so much better than they did even 5 years ago. I mean,
yeah, the pictures and the video too. I mean, the videos, it's not broken up like it used to. It has a good, 1080, 720 and 1080 and all this stuff.
I guess about maybe 4 years ago, you had to use standard definition, and then they allowed 720. Now you can go, 1080 and some sites even 4K, but I've never used 4K before. But
well, even in, you're talking about like metal detecting videos and zooming in on targets and stuff like that when they find them. I'm still having an issue with my particular kind of camcorder. It does a pretty good job, but like your phone zooms right in perfectly and the auto focus and stuff. But, I was talking, even videos, I watch a lot of music or listen to a lot of music, I guess you'd call it unsigned artist on YouTube. And that's kind of neat. I mean, a lot of the songs, some of them are goofy, and some people can't sing and everything. But you run across those singers that just aren't signed in yet, even if they're singing somebody else's song. Man, there's some really good talent out there, and I enjoy that a lot. Kind of going through there and checking out who's new and what they're doing and everything. Even help videos. I mean, I just looked up one today for my hot water tank went out, and I was trying to figure out how to make sure there's two elements, which one was bad in it, and looked it up on YouTube, and in 2 minutes I figured out how to do it. So it's a big help for people when you're working on a lawnmower, car, or whatever. There seems like there's always a video on there to kind of help you out.
I had a wild one this morning. I couldn't get my MacBook Pro to come on.
Oh wow!
Nothing worked. So I was like, well, got my iPad out, Googled, and this guy had a video, and what you do is he said unless the memory sticks are messed up,
right?
All you do is you hold down the power button for 10 seconds, and then keep holding it in. After 10 seconds, you plug the power cord in.
Huh.
And so I did, and it just made the chime and came on.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't even know that one. So I learned something new today.
Either. But I've never had that happen before either. I've always been able to get the thing to come on,
Yeah.
But, usually a lot of times you can just hold down the power button and it'll reboot up. But this time it didn't. I was like, oh my God, this second time. First my phone bricked, and now this
Yeah.
one.
You're having
But I
issues,
got it
brother.
back up. Huh?
That you're having
But it,
issues.
it just
You still there? Hey, Craig. Oh gosh, I guess we lost Craig. Excuse me.
you can't
Anyways,
hear me.
oh now I do. You were lost there for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Uh, came back on. Excuse me. I did get a call from a guy up there in Canada today. Matter of fact, just before the show, and he was explaining an issue he's having out of his V3, and it was a classic battery. You know, he's had the detector. He must have been in our group, Craig, because he said, like mid 2012, he got his V3, and he loves the thing, and but uses it all the time up there. And he said, "Man, I don't know what's going on. It's just getting so sensitive and everything." And I was going through the whole thing, and just the battery. It's been 3.5 years now. I said, "It probably needs a new one," and so he's kind of getting things together. He wants to get a
It's
seven
almost
by.
been 4
Yeah, actually, it has been almost 4 now.
because I had a on Facebook. I think yesterday or day before, I had a picture come up, and it was me with my finding a mercury dime in the yard 4 years ago with the MindLab XL.
I think it's in July, wasn't it, or end of June, beginning of July when we got these? Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
4 years exactly.
and in the video I said I'm hoping to get my Bliss tool in the next month. And your wife said, "Has it been that long?"
Yeah, I guess it has been. It's just flown by.
I thought, God, it's almost 4 years.
Yeah, he called. He called me. Real nice guy. His name's Jerry. I'm not gonna give his last name or anything, but he's gonna give us or I'm gonna email him some information. He's gonna send it down to me, and we offer that extended warranty for the V3s now. Gives you an extra 18 months and everything, but I got to go over the whole machine and replace a battery for you in the whole package, or everything in there, test everything out, and you get an additional 18 months manufacturer warranty on them and stuff. But it's worth it when you think about a batteries, what it cost is to get it put in and everything like that. So it works out good for the customer too. But he's wanting to get a 7x9 coil for it and a few other things. And he's not ready to get a V6. You got to save up my dollars to get the V6. I said, oh, I understand. He said, you got a good machine off the bat. So, but he was using a MindLab 705, I think it was, for a lot of years. And, he says he really likes it. He works good on small stuff, but he has that V3 tuned in so good. He goes, I'm getting smaller stuff than I ever thought I would with the thing as I got used to it. I said, yeah, it takes, after you get the first few times out of the way, it's like a learning experience as you go along. You start figuring out more and more different ways to run the machine. And that goes for all of them. And it's just being used to your machine, no matter what it is, you get the most out of it. So it's, pretty good for him. And
It's just, it's so different from every other machine I've ever used. And I've had so many of them over the years. And, it's hard to get your head around the stuff that it does so good compared to other machines. And it does so many different things good. I mean, no other machine can knock out iron at depth like it does.
Exactly.
I did a video the other day, and I put it on last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's more fines for my yard, but at one point, I get a signal right up against the chain link fence, and I raise the coil up and just rub the detector on the fence, and it doesn't even beep.
That's a good one. I like that. But it knocks it out.
I was probably a half an inch from the, with the tip of the coil, about a half an inch away from the chain link fence, and it's rusty chain link fence, and been there, probably 60 years or more.
Jeez.
But anyway, I get this banging signal, on this epaulet. It was kind of shallow, but still, I mean, that's pretty impressive when you can, get a signal that close to a chain link fence. I've never seen a machine that's ever been able to do that and still pick up a signal.
He was telling me, Jerry was, I guess he's 73 years old, and he goes, I kind of prefer to dig nothing deeper than 14 inches down. He goes, but the other day I was out, and I guess it was about a week ago, he was out there, and he goes, I got this signal, and he goes, I run my discrimination really low, down to like 2 on DL and 8.5 uh, discrimination depth, and he goes, I got this. I knew it was iron. That's what he told me. He goes, I kind of knew it was iron, but it was so loud I had to dig it. He dug 2 foot down for a piece of cast iron stove. I said, yeah, that happened to me more than once. You get shoulder deep on a target, and you never know what it might be. I dug some cool stuff over here in this lot over here. I still haven't put up the video yet, but just, nothing worth a whole lot of money, but just neat stuff. I think I dug that iron for that wood burning stove, the iron you get and do your clothes with. I think that was at least 1.5 feet down. I can't remember. I have to look at the video again, but I had to edit it up and put it out there. But I mean, you could find stuff like that. That's kind of like it's a relic. I mean, it's you might find wagon parts or God only knows what you find in some of this ground. I never expected. I even dug a coat hanger, probably, and I don't know how far back coat hangers were when they were cast or almost like a cast metal. I'll have to put a picture of it. It's a really old. It's all intact too. I mean, it's rusty as heck, but it's not any kind of coat hanger I've ever seen since. It has to be pre-1950 anyway. I was surprised it survived, but it's full. It wasn't even bent. I dug it about, I don't know, probably about 9-10 inches down or something like that. I had to dig it out. I didn't know what it was. I just knew I had the hook. There was a hook on it, where you hang it on the clothes rod or whatever. And that's what I felt. And I'm like, man, how big is this thing? And I didn't want to pull on it too hard, but it came out of there. It's old enough where the hook part is actually bolted to the actual frame of the hanger. So I don't know. It's strange. I'll have to get a picture and put it up there. My wife thought it was pretty neat. We hadn't seen one in our lifetime.
A little heavy for a coat hanger.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was thinking it had to be. I mean, it may have been a lot earlier than that. I mean, somebody will be able to tell me. I'm sure. I've never found one before. Like, I find pieces, but not an intact one. So it's like I said, it's not probably worth $1, but I mean, to me, it's something unique, anyways. So I did find a large button and stuff. But
the thing about this hobby is you learn things about history through all this stuff you find sometimes because you're curious.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, somebody was asking me what the tag was that I found in my yard. I guess a Civil War epaulette, shoulder scale. And so I goes, oh my God, I never knew they had anything like that.
Yeah.
And
I have a question for you, Craig. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the funny thing about the shoulder scales is they were made out of brass, and went to shoulder with a little cup and then some scales that went down. And it was supposed to protect you from a sword strike. And so it's like paper thin brass. There's no way it's going to protect you. And they got thrown away real quick. During the war.
Yeah, I had a question for you. And I was going to ask you about something real quick. Now, Jerry was talking about this. I've never thought about trying it, but have you ever thought about putting the 15-inch coil on backwards on the bliss tool and trying it and see how it works? I guess he's done that. He says he really likes it that way because of the weight distribution. It makes it just makes it a different feel, a balance thing, even better. Which I guess it would.
I never thought about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it would work with the bliss tool probably better than other detectors, only because it pinpoints from the very back or the very front. But he enjoys using it. I'm going to try it. I may do a video on that because I never, I didn't really even think about it. But if the weight distribution, the way it pivots in your hand or whatever, it may be a better way of doing it. I may try it on the beach. I'm actually heading down to the meeting down here at the Suncoast Research and Recovery Club on Monday night. I meet up with Mike and the guys down there for the meeting, and we're going to go on a night hunt